Zwom. Doot, 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 doot. BMO.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another BMO Creative Fact About Fiction video. So this one is about one of my all-time favorite sci-fi horror movie monsters, The Thing. So it's probably not for the faint of heart, but I don't use actual video because I can't get copyright for it, but I will use images like the one that you see here of the imitated dog. So let's continue. The Thing is an extremely hostile, shape-shifting extraterrestrial organism and the primary antagonist of the 1982 sci-fi film The Thing. Its prequel, video games, and literature, The Thing has the ability to assimilate other life forms in order to survive and spread. The original physical characteristics of The Thing are not known, as it could have assimilated hundreds if not thousands of other species before it crashed on Earth, which is why I think it's very easy to draw, because really you can't mess it up because you can draw whatever you want and say it's The Thing, right? The Thing's shape-shifting nature means that its biology appears to be the same as the organism it has replicated or is in the process of replicating. It's not the same, but it appears to be the same. When changing form, it bursts open and allows biospray and a variety of strange and terrifying forms and bits of previously assimilated anatomy to be seen, including tentacles, insect-like limbs, eyes, teeth, claws, additional faces, eventually rearranging its cellular structure to mimic its desired shape. And I think it does this for two reasons. One, shock value, to get you to stop and not pull a weapon and attack it because you're just shocked as to what is actually happening. And then two, it produces these teeth and claws and everything to defend itself in case you do try to fight back. The Thing is also capable of continuing normal functions even when lacking apparent sensory organs or other ways of interacting with the environment. Any form of the Thing is capable of frightening amounts of strength, speed, stamina, and in order to shapeshift into specific animals, it must come into contact with its host to begin the process of analyzing and copying its cellular structure. To do this, the cells begin digesting and replicating the host, eventually taking over the entire body. But while you're not completely taken over, you become part of the Thing, even if just a few cells are in your body. And so it starts to learn from you. Everything that you know, it learns and tries to remember and knows. The Thing will also only assimilate freshly killed or still living prey. After the Thing has assimilated organisms, it is capable of imitating them exactly down to their memories, characteristics, mannerisms, and all of their traits. When a part of the Thing becomes cut in two, both of those pieces become their own creatures and operate separately. The replication varies depending on the occurrences at hand and whether or not the attacking thing is smaller or is injured. If the assaulting thing in question is injured in any way much smaller than the prey or under pressure, it will usually just add to the biomass to itself and either mimic the prey or add the mass to its original frame to increase its size and strength to overpower any threats within the area. If, however, the Thing successfully assaults the prey in a safe location, it will just feed on the prey peacefully and make a copy of the victim, then revert back to its cover before searching for another victim to assimilate. The Thing has the ability to reconstitute itself following immense damage, so it doesn't actually heal the wound like Wolverine. It has the ability to shapeshift and internalize that wound until it heals and cover it up as though it's not hurt at all. But it's still injured, but it just pulls it inside. And is invulnerable to most conventional forms of attack. So you can cut it, you can shoot it, it can hide those wounds, it can cover those up and heal pretty quickly unless you do massive damage. However, it is vulnerable to fire and potentially molecular acid, since they both destroy the creature at a cellular level. It is very tolerant to cold, by placing itself in cryogenic stasis until found by unsuspecting victims, which is really amazing that it doesn't get frostbite. So even small pieces of it can just freeze themselves rather than get frostbite and die of lack of circulation or oxygen. In the 2011 prequel, it is discovered that the creature is unable to mimic non-living material like clothing or tooth fillings, glasses, or even a pacemaker as an easy way to detect the creature. So if somebody had a pacemaker, it would just drop the pacemaker on the ground. If it didn't notice that the pacemaker fell out, you would notice the pacemaker on the ground, and then you know, okay, so-and-so had a pacemaker, so it must be him. Or tooth fillings are an easy way to detect it. Also by doing blood tests, supposedly, but I'm thinking that the blood test that was done in the 1982 film was completely faked, because the person that I think was the thing from the beginning, and I'll get to that here in a second. So anyways, I hope you like this drawing. And by the way, electric prod would probably work as well as fire, because it just burns it at a cellular level to make it shape shift to avoid you, then you know it's the thing. So let's move on. The most common question I get is, when the movie comes up anyways, is who do I think was the thing at the end? Was it Childs or MacReady? My answer is always MacReady. I think R.J. MacReady, in fact, was the thing from the very beginning of the movie, because at the beginning of the movie, a dog that is the thing, by the way, is running from these Norwegians that are chasing it, and they chase it right into the American camp, and Bennings gets shot, and MacReady hands Bennings his bottle of Jack Daniels to hang on to and to drink because he's been shot. And then Bennings uses those infected licked gloves to touch all over that bottle, including the top of it where the nozzle is. And he doesn't drink any of it at that time, but MacReady does right after that. And so he's the first to be infected, in my opinion, and uses that bottle and other alcohol in the movie to infect other people. Like the doc that they lock up because he's crazy in the upper left corner. MacReady walks in, first thing he does is make sure everybody else is out of where they've got him locked up so nobody can see. Then he takes the doc's alcohol bottle, he drinks out of it, and then hands it to the doc and tells the doc to just trust in him, trust in faith, or trust in God. And then the doc drinks out of it. So that's when he gets infected as well, in my opinion. So, not to mention that his eyes change color. They in fact do. And I've looked at original files on this movie, and they actually did make Kurt Russell wear different colored lenses. So his eyes are green at the beginning of the movie before he gets infected. After the Norwegians come into the camp and the dog is in the camp, his eyes go to blue. Why the creature would do that, I don't know. I think the creature that took over MacReady was kind of a smarter piece, and it knew what it had. As soon as it got MacReady, it knew it had a pilot. The other parts of the thing weren't aware of that pilot, and so they were trying to escape by creating their own spaceship, while the MacReady one wanted to stay here and take over the planet, knowing he had a pilot. He could easily fly anywhere he wanted and take over everything. So anyway, that's what I think. So what do you think of the Thing movie, or who do you think was the last to be infected at the end? Was it Childs or MacReady? Leave a comment below. Anyway, that is going to do it for this one. It's enough rambling about it. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to BMO Creative for more fact about fiction videos. Thanks so much. Bye.